Please welcome for the very first time, one of Timbaland's newest artists, and she's just so fresh and dope, Lyrica Anderson here on KEMPIRE Radio. Lyrica!
What up?
Lyrica, first of all, just shout out to you, and because I got a chance to kind of get more familiar with your music and your sound and all of that, just through your YouTube videos and whatnot. And I'm really, really impressed, and I understand why someone like Timbaland would, get behind your project. First of all, let's just jump right in. How in the hell did you and Timbaland come together to join forces to put yourself out?
Actually, I met a guy at a restaurant. I was just out eating, and this guy stopped me and asked me had I ever worked with Timberland in a nutshell. And I said no. And he's like, well, I would really love to introduce you to him. He's looking for artists, and I feel like he'd really like your look. And, the guy said he was familiar with my voice, so he felt like Timberland would like my sound. So I was like, of course. I mean, who wouldn't want to meet Timberland? Let's go.
Right.
And it was just a couple days later, like 3 days later, that he took me in to meet him. So from there, it was on.
But wait, let's rewind. How did you know that you could trust him that he did know Timbaland?
I didn't feel like I could trust him.
Because I was like, wait a second. I could have came up to you and said that. I could have been like, Lyrica, I got Timbaland. I think he, would want to work with you. Come with me.
Yeah. No, exactly. I thought he was lying, of course. When he came up to me, I was like, yeah, whatever. First, it was really funny and, kind of random because he asked me to come to his table, and I was like, no. And then he came over, and he explained the story. And, of course, I really didn't believe him because in L.A., everyone always has a story of someone they know, and then you look up and they don't really know them, and they're lying. So I definitely thought he was lying. But I said, hell, I'll give him my number and just see what happens. But, of course, I didn't believe him at all. And then he called me, and we actually met up, and he called Timberland on the phone. So then I kind of believed him, but I still was like, oh, that could be his friend. I was like, that could be his friend, so I still didn't believe it. And then, like I said, after that phone call, he said, okay, Timberland wants to meet you in 30 minutes. And that's when I was like, okay. That's when I believed him. I was like, okay, he's not going to say Tim wants to meet me in 30 minutes.
Unless and then
exactly, right? I had my mom on deck. I was like, Mom, okay, this one going to be his address. Just in case. But, no, it was actually really awesome. He told the truth, and Tim was really there. And I went into the studio, and I just played him a few records, and we just moved forward from there. It was dope. It was a blessing.
What was that first meeting like? You're in there. I mean, Timbaland is legendary at this point. I mean, he's innovated urban music. What was it like? You're sitting in front of Timbaland.
When I first met Tim and I went in there, it was nervous. I was really nervous because he's a little bit intimidating because he has this strong presence, and he walks in and he's just like, it's him, and he's done so many amazing things and accomplishments that you're kind of like, okay, you don't know how it's going to go. So definitely I was nervous at first. And then we played my music, and I didn't know if he was going to love it or what he was going to feel, but I felt like he would. Mm-hmm. And he did. He was like, I really love the music. I love your writing. But the first, getting over that part was the only part where I was, the most nervous. And then he just put me on the spot. He's like, we want to throw you in the booth. Go in and jump on this record.
Oh.
So, yeah.
And since then, you've written for us, a myriad of different artists and whatnot. Can you just tell everybody a couple of artists that you've written for?
Yes, I wrote Sharice's first single, this artist on Warner Brothers featuring IS called Pyramid.
Love that song.
And, thank you. That actually started #1, so that was really exciting. I've written for Demi Lovato on her last record. One song features Missy Elliott and Timbaland, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers, Robin Thicke. I recently was in the studio with Robin. He's amazing. I did some writing for him. I've worked with Dr. Dre. Wow. I mean, a lot of people. Yeah.
So what has that been like? First of all, I mean, you're working with Timbaland on your own record, but you're also getting these opportunities to write for such incredible artists. Is it your goal to be a hit maker when it comes to songwriting, or more to be an artist?
It's my goal to do both. Right now I'm really focused on my artist projects and stuff, but I definitely want to still write for other people and stuff too, no matter what. I follow the pattern of like a Neo in that sense because of how he still does his artistry, and he's also like still writing songs for other people. So that's exactly what I want to do for sure.
And you've worked with some really stellar artists that you just mentioned. Is there a particular artist that you're just dying to work with right now?
Yes, oh my goodness. I would love to work with The Weeknd. I really love Miguel, Drake. Drake can do no wrong in my book. He's just one of the biggest influences, actually.
Wow.
I admire all the stuff that he does. Lil Wayne, Kanye, people like that.
Okay, I'll look at you. So
Yeah, those people I definitely want to work with.
if you guys just tuned into TKIF here on KEMPIRERadio.com, we're live with an artist that you definitely need to watch. Her name is Lyrica Anderson, Timbaland's newest protege. First of all, Lyrica, we have to talk about the sound because people are just getting introduced to your name now. How would you describe the music?
The music, I would definitely say dark and vibey. Unexpected sound. I feel like I would title my music vintage R&B.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So a big thing we talk about here on Kempire Radio is the return of R&B. We're big R&B fans here, and we have had a few different R&B artists. Some of that were pioneers in R&B. Talk about the return of R&B because R&B is still trying to make its way back to where it used to be. What are your thoughts on the state of R&B, and what do you think that it needs to bring it back?
I feel like that's very true. R&B have fallen off, and I do feel like there's different lanes and levels of R&B as well as pop. Like you have your more so bubblegum pop, you have your dance pop, then you have like your just regular pop. I feel like it's the same way with R&B. Like you have your old school R&B, you have your throwback R&B, then you have your some of the new school, like some of the Chris Brown stuff he's been doing to me is like that new school R&B that actually I feel like he's one of the people that has actually helped R&B come back. So yeah, I feel like people were really scared of it. I was too, actually, at first. I was like, I'm going to do, more of a pop lane. And I felt like I got a little lost in that. So now I feel really confident that we tapped into the sound, myself and Timbaland and Wisdom and my writing partner, A1. And we just got in and we just really did some things that I feel like, to me, are really special records.
Mm-hmm. So what is it like? Okay, you're in the studio with Timbaland. What is that experience like, working with Timbaland every day and really crafting your sound and your music?
It's amazing. He's just so, he knows what he wants. He'll just be like, I need you to do this, and he'll tell you, and he's like, people don't know this, but Timbaland's a writer as well, a songwriter, so I'll walk in and he'll have something written for me. He'll be like, yo, this is the verse and this is the melody, this is what I want you to sing, and it'll be crazy.
Wow.
And then he did the track, and the track is crazy. So you're just like, really? What can't you do? And, and then I'll just go in and learn it really quick, and he likes to move quickly, and he knows what he wants to hear, and he'll tell you, no, that's not the note, I want you to do this note, and you just got to get it. So working with him is amazing. That's all I can say.
As I said, I definitely think you're an artist to watch. For those that are listening, what is it about Lyrica Anderson that you want people to know and that makes Lyrica so special in this whole music game?
That, I've been working really, really hard, and this is the first time that I'm going to be dropping something from me, and I hope that everyone feels it the way I feel it because it's really from my heart, and I really went in, I took my time, I didn't rush it, and I'm here to bring that R&B sound back, a real feel-good R&B.
When can people expect new music from you?
My mixtape drops, King Me, on September the 25th.
Okay, September the 25th.
And I just recently did a cover remix of The Diced Pineapples by Rick Ross and Drake, featuring Drake. It's gotten a lot of love and buzz online. Shout out to everybody who's shown a lot of love on that record. And if you go to YouTube, you can check it out. And that's a similar vibe of what we're on for the mixtape. We got a couple up tempos, and it'll be crazy.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, especially because I got an opportunity to listen to one. We're gonna play one of the tracks that I really like that you did, and I think it's going to be on your mixtape. But anytime a singer comes here on Kempire Radio, ask them to sing a little something. I know you say you have a little cold, but can you just sing a little something for people so they know they need to get this mixtape on September 25th?
Now speed it up, let me see you speed it up. Ah,
Yes,
that's it.
yes, and we're gonna play your song "Speed It Up." But before we let you go, if you guys just tuned in, we're here with Lyrica Anderson. Lyrica, we always have a question of the night, and we always want to ask our guests, their thoughts on our question of the night. And our question of the night is: how long should you wait to have sex with someone you like?
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Good
Listen,
question,
I
right?
feel like, great question, that's crazy. I feel like there is no time. I feel like you just vibe that person and go off of how you feel. And if you have a connection, and you go for it. I mean, YOLO, don't hold out. But I'm saying, like, if you feel in a situation that feels like it's the right thing, then do what you feel. That's my answer. Do what you feel.
So even on the
And
first
don't
night,
regret it. And
look,
don't regret it afterwards, because that's key me right there. Like, do what you want to do, and don't regret it afterwards. If it don't go your way afterwards, you be like, that's cool. I did my thing, and I'm on to the next now.
Lyrica Anderson here on Kempire Radio's TKIF. Lyrica, it has been definitely a pleasure, and you have to come back when the mixtape comes out. It's coming out in a couple of weeks, so
Definitely, yes.
King Me. Make sure you guys let everybody know where they can follow you and get more information on you.
Yes, you can follow me at Lyrica Anderson on Twitter. I'm actually on Facebook. I'm learning the Facebook thing. That's actually new for me, but I'm definitely a Twitter head. Also, my website is www.IamLyricaAnderson.com. And yeah.
Yes, everybody, here's Lyrica Anderson's new song. Lyrica, thank you so much for being here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, and you're definitely coming back. Here's one. I really like the song. Shout out to you. It's called Speed It Up. Make sure you guys support Lyrica Anderson, Timbaland's new artist. Her new mixtape, King Me, comes out on September 25th. Go to IamLyricaAnderson.com to get more information. Here is Speed It Up. Thanks, Lyrica.
Thank you.